I'm down here in Devon and I'm standing in front of the Rocket House. And it's quite an interesting building, so I thought I'd just tell you about it. Why is it called the Rocket House? Well, this is the house on the coast where they stored the rockets. And the rockets were used to rescue people from shipwrecks. Coasts around Britain, notorious, tricky to navigate, lots of things for ships to run aground on. What used to happen is if there was a shipwreck out there, people were stranded on the rocks, maybe in a storm or in the dark, they would grab the rockets from this house. It wasn't just like fireworks they were setting off. They used to store down here in this bottom bit, and obviously it didn't look like this. They hadn't got this very elegant corner window here. Down here they would have had the rocket. They would have had to trundle it along these paths to the site of the wreckage, and that could be anywhere really. It's quite an incredible thing that they even managed to do it. They set up and then they fired rockets out to the ship, and on the end of the rockets were lines, and then those lines were used to haul a bigger rope through, and that rope had what they call a Breeches Buoy, which is a pulley and a seat kind of harness affair, so that the shipwrecked sailors could be brought ashore on this rope affair. So you think, how does that really work? Is that even possible to do? Well, they rescued something like 4,000 people from around the coast of Britain from shipwrecks by using these Breeches Buoys. Everything in those days used to come in and out by ship. And of course they had lighthouses, but before they had lighthouses, things were a little more treacherous. And you can see the kind of rocks that they might have run aground on, especially when the tide was out. This is great walking country around here if you don't know it. You can walk around the entire coastal path of Devon and Cornwall and up along to Dorset and to Weymouth. It's a long way. There's a book called The Salt Path about a couple who lost their home and decided that they would walk the entire coastal path. A really interesting story, and it's also a film now starring Gillian Anderson. If you want to do this walk, even in sections, do a bit one year and then come back and do it again. And the Rocket House, you can rent this. I'm going to put the details in the description below if you want to get in touch. Idyllic little spot, especially when the sun shines. And this is the coastal path here, right next to it. So if nothing else, you can watch people struggling with great backpacks